I've got blisters on my fingers. And it's not from playing guitar. Unfortunately, that's not my forte. It's from scraping, incessant scraping. I'm trying to remove tile today, so my back is killing me. And standing upright's a pain in the butt. How's everyone doing? It's Monday night because green garbage cans are out. So tomorrow's going to be Tuesday. I tell you, that's how I live my life. I know what date is by what garbage can is out and when it was out. So green is tomorrow, so that's trash day. So tomorrow's Tuesday. Oh, I know. It's pathetic. Sorry. Episode 128, October 6th, 2025. And the craziness continues. And the beat goes on. The Beatles, promotional films for Hey Jude and Revolution, was broadcast for the first time on U.S. TV on the Smothers Brothers television show. This was 1968, just so you know. And remember, no particular order, jumping from year to year, decade to decade. In 1969, the Beatles released the single Something in the U.S. Now, that is the first A-side ever for Mr. George Harrison. Normally, he got B-side stuff. Hi, Todd. Howdy. La-dee-dee. Yeah, exactly. Harrison normally had the B-side. This is his first A-side. Come Together by the Beatles was on the B-side. Both from Abbey Road, and Mr. Harrison's song Something went to number 1 in the UK. 1978, from 69 to 78, Mr. Mick Jagger apologizes for racist lyrics in the Rolling Stones song Some Girls. Now, I went and checked out all the Rolling Stones stuff. Yeah, okay, I see why he did that. Yep, there you go. Enough said. 1980, Mr. Johnny Lydon, a.k.a. Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols, who I met, is sentenced to 3 months in jail for charges of assault. And see, that's why when I met him and he was like, wanker! I was like, you know, it's Johnny Rotten. So I was young. It was then. Mr. George Michael's single Faith is released on this day in 1987 on October the 6th. It becomes the 1988 Billboard Song of the Year. Because you gotta have faith. Mr. George Michael. Who didn't love that song? That was a big hit. I remember that. It was very poppy. 1987. That was pre-radio. I was not in radio yet, and I don't know if we would have played Mr. George Michael's Faith on CD 101 in 1987. I think that was a little beyond our capabilities back then, just so you know. In 2009, The List is the 12th album from singer Rosanne Cash, eldest daughter of, in fact, Johnny Cash. This is a release of songs that were selected by Johnny. He gave her a list of 100 songs when he found out that she wanted to get into the music industry and start her musical career. So he curated a list of the 100 songs for her to use for her singing. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. Dad, here you go, daughter. Here's 100 songs for you. Okay, thanks, Dad. Cheat sheet. Nice. The album had guests like Elvis Costello, Mr. Bruce Springsteen, Rufus Wainwright, and Jeff Tweedy, of all people. I didn't look at what the list was of the list. I forgot to do that. I even left a blank spot for it. But I was going to go back and do it. I didn't. Sorry. You can look up the list and see what the list was. In 2012, at the 25th anniversary of So by Peter Gabriel, John Cusack slipped on stage at the Hollywood Bowl in Hollywood, California, and handed him a boombox. Gabriel held it above his head for about 20 seconds and recreating the iconic scene from the movie Say Anything. Wasn't that nice of Mr. Gabriel? I guess the director was in the, Cameron Crowe, the director, was in the audience and posted him saying it was a moment he'd never forget, apparently. Cusack then replied like, well, I hope not. If you did, it wouldn't be very memorable. Silly actors. 1960. See, jumped from 2012 way back to 1960 because this is a movie thing. Spartacus, directed by Stanley Kubrick. I did not realize Stanley Kubrick directed Spartacus. I mean, I know he directed a bunch of crazy stuff, but Spartacus, interesting. It starred Kirk Douglas and Laurence Olivier. It premiered on this date in New York City on October the 6th. Kubrick. You had a really varied. I'm going to have to look and see. So he did what? A Clockwork Orange, Spartacus, 2001: A Space Odyssey. I mean, Up, Down, Sideways. Yeah. I'm going to have to look. I didn't realize Kubrick had such a varied career. I knew he did a couple of those, but yeah, I didn't realize he did Spartacus. Interesting. Jerry Keller in 1959. See, went right back to it. Jerry Keller in 1959 was number one in the UK singles chart for his song Here Comes Summer, which I found to be really odd if today is the day it went to number one, because it's October 6th and Here Comes Summer should have been like, I don't know, May? What the hell, man? I don't get it. He was a true one-hit wonder, though. Keller went on to do TV jingles in the 70s and the 80s, never to release an album again. But again, it just seems weird to me that if it became number one on this date, which is October 6th, we haven't had a shift in, it wasn't in Australia, it was in the UK. So it isn't summer, here comes winter. What? I don't get it. I that's just me. That's just me. I mean, I don't know. I question things sometimes, and that one just seems weird to me. Don't ask me. I did listen to it. It's okay. It's kind of Beach Boys-y kind of schlock. You don't need to. In 1964, here's a day in the life. 1964, the Beatles spent the afternoon recording 8 days a week at Abbey Road Studios in London. Later that night, they were partying at the Ad Lib Club in, what was that? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. An Ad Lib Club in, where the hell was that? I thought I wrote it down. Oh, I guess it didn't. Anyway, they were partying with the Ronettes and Mick Jagger later that evening at the Ad Lib Club in London. I thought it was like Brighton or something. Anyway, yeah, so sure. All right, let's record all day and go party with Mick Jagger all night. Okay, seems like a life. If you're the Beatles, I guess that's how that works. 1967, the newly formed Jimi Hendrix Experience, because we talked about that last night, recorded a session on the UK's BBC radio show Top Gear. Now, Top Gear is, BBC. It's still around, but I guess it used to be a music show. I have to go back and now research all this because I saw that the other day there was something about Top Gear and I was like, wait, what is that? And I didn't really pay enough attention. This is the second time I've seen it. Now I'm like, wait a second. So it was a radio show and Top Gear is now like that car show, right? I don't know. It seems a bit off to me. Anyway, he performed in a session at the BBC's UK studios Top Gear. While Hendrix was there, another guest on the show as well was there. So he went and jammed with him, and it happened to be Stevie Wonder. I was looking to see if there's a recording of that somewhere, because that'd be kind of cool. 1967. This is what happens when you're new. 1967, Pink Floyd appeared at the Miss Teenage Brighton contest at a top rank suite, Brighton, England. The band played the musical interludes during the contest. So, I mean, that's who's in between, like, the contestants. And here's Miss Brighton. Da, 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 da. And it's Pink Floyd. I mean, you have to start somewhere. I get that. It's just kind of funny that, they played a teenage beauty pageant. Here she comes, Miss. No, I'm not sure what they would even perform. It just seems weird. 1967, The Doors appeared at the Cal State Fullerton Gymnasium and performed with the band The Nitty Gritty Dirt Band on October the 6th. I didn't see what day that was. I'm assuming it was a Friday or Saturday, October 6th of 1967. Excuse me. Oh, I got up way too early this morning. I slept like crap last night. That's what happens. I have to get up early again tomorrow, and I will go to bed late tonight. No, I won't. I'll say I won't go to bed late. 1972, recording in New York City, Mr. David Bowie records the song Jean Genie, which becomes the lead single from the 1973 LP Aladdin Sane. It spent 13 weeks on the chart and reached as high as number 2. It was the biggest hit to date then. It was his biggest to date in 1972. In the lyrics, and I had to listen to it a couple times, in the lyrics, he's so simple-minded he can't drive his module, would later give a Scottish band the inspiration for their name, Simple Minds. I mean, and it's a really obscure line in there. It's like more than halfway through the song, and you can barely, it's just one of those things where it's almost lost. So I was like, I don't know how they figured that out there. If that's really where it came from. I'm sure they gave Bowie credit for it, but yeah, it's one of these lines that's not like the hook. It's not the punch. It's just kind of a line. So I don't know. I listened to it a couple times to try and hear. I'm like, wait, was that it? Oh, that was it. Okay. I don't know. In 1973, Cher has a 2-week run starting today at number 1 with her song Half Breed. It was her second number 1. The song did not chart in the UK at all. Interesting. Number 1 in the US, didn't chart in the UK. Apparently, I didn't like that song at all, even a little bit. I did listen to that song and I was like, oh, I think I heard this song when I was a kid. Cher, Half Breed. Interesting. I don't know if that would work today. Johnny O'Keefe, 1978. Johnny O'Keefe, the Australian king of rock and roll, died on this day. Now, I did listen to Johnny O'Keefe, and he definitely sort of had the king of rock and roll vibe to him. He was the first Australian to tour the United States as a musician. He was Australia's most successful chart-topping artist with 29 top 40 hits, including The Wild One. And I did listen to that when I went back to it because it was covered by Iggy Pop in 1986 as Real Wild Child. It's the same song. I was like, oh, he's a real wild child. I was like, wait, he sang that. So that wasn't even his song. Iggy, what'd you do? For sure I thought it was you. You stole it from an Australian dude. Covered it from an Australian dude. 1979, Bob Dylan's Gotta Serve Somebody, his 12th U.S. top 40 hit on this day, was recorded at Muscle Shoals Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. The song won Dylan the Grammy for Best Rock Vocal Performance by a Male in 1980. I listened to that song too, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a good song. That's a good Dylan song. I don't know if it's the best male vocalist song, but I didn't really fall down the rabbit hole to see what other songs were released in '79 that could be counted toward that honor. But I guess Mr. Bob Dylan got it, so there you go. In 1979, on this day, Led Zeppelin released their In Through the Outdoor album. It goes to #1 on the charts on this day. They released 6 different versions of the album with 6 different cover photographs, all the same photograph, just taken from 6 different perspectives. I didn't realize that until I started looking. I was like, oh yeah, I see that now. Interesting. I bet not a lot of people know that if they have that album. Maybe somebody does. I just happen to know it now. I wrinkled my brain. It's the same picture of the bar scene, just 6 different angles of it. It had the songs In the Evening, Southbound Suarez, Fool in the Rain, Hot Dog, Carol Lombarda, All My Love, and I'm Gonna Crawl. It's only 7 songs. It seems like a short album, but they're long songs. So if it was the Ramones, it would have been 22. And yes, I was listening to the Ramones. I always listen to the Ramones. I have to. It's kind of a thing. 1979, the Buzzcocks, supported by the band Joy Division, played the Odeon Theatre in Edinburgh, Scotland. Tickets were $3. Can you imagine that? A $3 ticket to go see the Buzzcocks and Joy Division? Yes. If it had been Edinburgh, Scotland in 1979, I probably would have spent the $3. I mean, that's a pretty good lineup right there. More David Bowie. 1984, Bowie released his 6th #1 LP, Tonight. It was a big hit in the UK with his single Blue Jean. I got to meet Mr. David Bowie. He was a nice guy. And he did have 2 different colored eyes. I almost don't put Michael Jackson news anymore because I'm just like, really? We haven't canceled Michael? Michael Jackson gave away the bride at his Neverland Ranch on this day. The wedding was being held for Miss Elizabeth Taylor, her 7th wedding. I had to look and say, is that like the world record? 7 weddings? Seriously? Groom number 7 was a construction worker. He lasted 6 years. They divorced in 1997. I mean, you got to give her credit. Went through the gambit, you know. Ended up with a construction worker at the end. Why not, right? Who knew? In 1998, the UK magazine Time Out ran an industry poll, and it named the top performers of the past 30 years. Okay? Can you guess them? 5 was Marvin Gaye. 4 was James Brown. 3 was Bob Marley. 2 was the Beatles. And number 1, David Bowie. He gets all the love today. Busta Rhymes, 2000. He was sentenced in a New York City, Manhattan, New York City, Manhattan. I don't know which one. How about Manhattan? Let's leave it Manhattan. He was sentenced in Manhattan Superior Court after pleading guilty to gun possession. He got 5 years probation for that one. Busta, what are you doing? Busta Cap, more like Busta Rhyme. Come on, man. You can't get busted carrying guns. Busta Cap. I just made that up, see? That was funny. That was funny shit right there, all right? That was off the cuff. I don't even have cuffs, but I do have blisters. Look at that. I just damaged my fingers. Look at that crazy blister on my thumb. Deal with that later. Oh, 2004, Britney doing Britney. Britney. Outside a Malibu, California subway shop. I don't know if it was Subway or just a subway shop in general. She threw a full cola, no brand listed, on a photographer who was patiently waiting outside to capture a picture with her and her new beau at the time. Mr. Kevin Federline. I tried to look that up. I couldn't find a whole lot about it. I wanted to see if, somebody got angry. Did they press charges? Did she ruin the camera? What went on with that, Brittany? You were just, no pictures. Come on, really? You're a celeb. That's exactly what you want. You're just making controversy because you're Brittany. Brittany. 2005, a Rolling Stones show at the University of Virginia is stopped in mid-set after 8 songs. A bomb threat was called in and said it was near the stage. So the band evacuated the stage and the show was halted for 45 minutes while personnel and dogs, like the ones I helped, sniffing bombs, searched the area and found nothing. The band resumed their show and finished it. They were out on tour for support of their album, A Bigger Bang. I mean, ironically, I don't know. That just seems like someone was being a dick. I'm going to stop the Rolling Stones show. Really, man? Come on. That's not cool. Pay good money to see that show. You know how expensive it is to go see a Rolling Stones concert? Come on. What do you think? It's $3? You saying the Buzzcocks and Joy Division? No, it costs more than that. 2007, Queen's promo video for Bohemian Rhapsody was named the UK's best video. Now, this was from 1975, okay? And in 2007 is when this survey was done. I guess 30% of respondents to this mentioned it as their favorite video. The 6-minute promotional video took over 3 hours to shoot, and the expense was around $5,000 for this 6-minute video back in 1975. They did have a significant amount of respondents, so it wasn't like it was 2. It was over 1,000, so I think that becomes a significant number that makes it, I don't know if it's 2,000 that does it. So I forget, there's a number, like if you have X amount of respondents, that kind of makes it viable. If you don't have that many, then it's not. Then you're just making shit up. Did I get that far? Oh yeah, I did get that far. Look at that. I got all the way through it. Again, I'm trying to keep these things shorter on my off nights. Like Mondays, Sundays, Mondays. You guys have busy lives. You have things to do. There wasn't also a lot going on. There wasn't a lot that happened in it, in the music world. There weren't a lot of births and deaths and everything else. Births on this day, Kevin Conan of REO Speedwagon. Tommy Stinson of The Replacements. Love The Replacements. William Butler, Arcade Fire. Also born on this day is Elizabeth Shue, actress Elizabeth Shue. And Matt Vogel. You don't know who Matt Vogel is because you don't see Matt Vogel. You just see his arm hidden inside a green puppet called Kermit the Frog. He's the voice from 1996 till today. He also did Big Bird. So that's why you don't see Big Bird and Kermit the same place talking, because it's the same person. Who did we lose on this day? We lost Ginger Baker of Cream. He was the drummer for Cream. Ginger Baker, quite the name. We also lost Judy Tenuti. I was like, wait, I have a picture with Judy Tenuti back when it was CD 101. She came into the radio station. Because remember, we used to have the comedians that come in for the Funny Bone. So Friday we would get, these morning comedians would come in. And Judy Tenuti, I didn't realize she died. I didn't know she was that old. Betty Davis died on this day. R.I.P. Taylor, Rip Taylor, died on this day. I need something to throw. He always had confetti they threw. And lastly on this day, in 2020, we lost Mr. Edward Van Halen of Van Halen fame. He died at the age of 65 of throat cancer, of all things. So yes, I was listening to a little bit of Van Halen Eruption before we jumped on here. That is an amazing guitar riff. When you hear anybody else that can do that, you have to kind of be a little awed by it because it's not easy to do. For sure is quite the thing. So yes, Mr. Van Halen. I didn't get all the stats on Van Halen. I mean, they're one of the most successful rock bands in history. They sold, what, 180 million records or something. I mean, that's a lot. Yeah, good stuff. The David Lee Roth days. I wasn't a Van Hagar fan. I was a Van Halen fan. His brother and him, along with David Lee Roth, made that sound, that rock sound. So we lost him on this day, and that's the end of Van Halen. I mean, they've got his son Wolf now, but I don't, I'm like, you're not Eddie. Come on. Roseanne Cash. That's all I'm saying. Did Dad give you a list of 100 songs? Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, that is that for this day, October the 6th, episode 128. Did I say 8? I did say 8. Just want to make sure. It's a weird day. Like I said, I think I didn't hydrate properly. I was sweating my ass off today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, which is nice. We could use some rain. Did some planting today. It's that time of year. Got to plant. You plant plants. You do those things. Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm the MC for the band competition, the marching band competition at the Italian Festival this Sunday. So if you're going to be at the Italian Festival, come out. We'll have church pizza. Church pizza is something I wait for every year. They make those big Sicilian slices. The old Italian ladies make it from the family recipe. Oh, it's so good. I'm not going to lie. It's worth it. It's definitely worth the price of admission to go just get the Italian pizza. Because it's church lady pizza. I mean, and they only make it, for an Italian festival. It's the recipes they hand down. So, it's the sauce that they make all week and the dough that they make and these big, thick Sicilian slices. Yeah, it's the goods. It's definitely worth it. So you'll definitely see me fat necking a couple of slices of church lady pizza. Without a doubt. But Sunday, yes, I will be there. So do come by and check it out. This guy, maybe I'll get a new promo. Maybe we can do something fun. I'll make a new promo. And that'll be my promo piece that day. Maybe I won't be the guy in the van. I'll be the guy on the stage. How about that? The guy on the stage. What should I wear? Should I wear the Randsanity shirt? Or should I wear like my signature black sport coat? Jeans? I don't know. Now I have to think about it. So you're making me think about what I need to wear now. But yes, come by. Italian Festival, Sunday. I'll get all the details and I'll post them up here so you can see that. Somebody posted on Facebook and they told me about it. I was like, oh, right. I have not posted anything on Facebook. I can't even go there. Just my social media is just fallen so far down. I don't know. I just don't feel like I have anything that is worth putting out there at the moment. Maybe this. Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to bid you a fond farewell and adieu. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you checking it out, whether it's live or at some other point in the future for posterity. Who knows? But that's what happened on this day in history, and at least other things. Be well. I will see you tomorrow. It'll be Tuesday, and we'll do this all again, but totally different. Ciao.